there guys! I am here today to talk about the Janna Changes and what I think of the new Janna. So first, let's talk about what actually changed in her kit. First, her Q. The mana cost was reduced, the minimum and maximum range was increased, which means that it travels further. The travel time was reduced, which means that now it's much faster. And now there is a small indicator on the ground that shows where the Q is headed. Now, about her base stats. Her base movement speed, AD and AD per level were increased, her range was nerfed, and now instead of passively gaining movement speed, she gains movement speed when running towards allies. About her W. The range, slow duration and cooldown were nerfed, but the damage and passive movement speed were increased. Her E cooldown was reduced, it decays later, the shield itself is smaller, and CCing an enemy gives Janna more shield and heal power for 5 seconds. About her R, it heals at a faster rate. But what does this all mean for Janna? How does this affect her in-game? Well, for starters, in the laning phase, Janna went from spamming E to spamming W, and now she spams Q. Even though it now travels longer and faster and is harder to dodge, it doesn't deal that much damage. In the early phases of the laning phase, all you can really do is hide in bushes and charge it and poke the enemies with it, but as you gain levels, you will be able to actually engage on them and you and your AD carry can kill them. It is now a better tool than ever to set up ganks for your jungler. When it comes to leveling up abilities, I usually go Q first, and then I get W second if it's a lane I can be aggressive against, and E if it's a lane I'm afraid of. Although Janna lost most of the power that she had in the laning phase, she now is even better than ever at roaming. She doesn't have that movement speed that she used to have to roam around the map, but her Q is so good to set up ganks that it makes up for it. In teamfights, Janna was feeling a little bit lackluster, but now she is strong again because of the bonus healing and shielding that she gets when she knocks up enemies with her Q. So what you want to do is stay in the back, safe from enemy attention, prepare a Q to hit as many people as you can, or save it to interrupt a dash or a jump if they have champions like Tristana or Rengar, and then you use that bonus healing and shielding on your E and ult to keep people alive. Also keep in mind that now Janna is better than ever at catching people out with her Q, and that can allow you to get a Baron or a Dragon or even a tower in mid and late game. Don't underestimate the power of being 5v4. So now you are wondering, which runes do I take on Janna? What's her build? And how do I max her abilities? When it comes to her runes, Glacial Augment is the rune to go. It provides a slow zone when you use your Q, which can be very good to keep enemies in place when you are trying to engage, or to stop them from chasing your team when you are trying to run away, and it also amplifies your healing and shielding. Biscuit Delivery and Cosmic Insight are just the standard runes for her, but when it comes to perfect timing, I have a little bit of a problem with it, because usually people go the boots rune, and I don't like it that much now, because Janna lost that passive movement speed, which made her super fast, and now if you can't buy boots early, you are very slow and it affects your roaming. Take this choice with a grain of salt, because every Janna I've ever seen takes the boots rune, and I am not sure if this stopwatch is the best choice for her, so you're probably better off going with the boots rune. This is just my take on it. Secondary, you want to go Resolve with Bone Plating and Revitalize to really boost your shielding and healing, and you can go Adaptive and then a Rune of Armor or Magic Resist depending on the matchup. For her build, I believe that Relic Shield is the best starting item on Janna, because now she has a bit weaker laning phase and she doesn't get as much value as she used to out of Spell Thieves. Then I can finish building the Chemtech Putrefier if the healing reduction is really needed. I can go for a Staff of Flowing Water after, or Mikhail's if they have lots of CC. Or I go Mikhail's or Staff of Flowing Water second, and then I get Chemtech Putrefier. It really depends on the state of the game. After that, I usually complete my Magi's, or sometimes go for a stopwatch if I am getting focused down in fights. Lastly, to level up our abilities, you want to max E first, then W, and then Q. You put a point in your R every time you can. So my final thoughts on the Janna rework is that she is super strong right now. You need to be a bit more passive early on, and wait to scale, and in team fights and skirmishes you are incredibly strong with your itemization and runes. So play her right now while she is still strong and they don't nerf her. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you did, please follow me on my social media, I stream on Twitch, and leave a comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye! Love you all!
When you say it like that, oh, oh, oh.